Take a journey behind the glamorous world of Hart to Hart, 1979 to 1984, where Hollywood's beloved mystery-solving couple captivated fans with their charm and thrilling adventures. Yet, beyond the glitz and glamour, many of the cast members faced personal struggles and tragic endings that went unseen. This article uncovers the heartfelt, often sorrowful stories of how 35 actors who brought Hart to life met their final moments. From unexpected illnesses to heartbreaking accidents, discover the poignant real-life tales that add a new layer of depth to the show's legacy. Join us as we remember the stars who made Hart to Hart unforgettable and honor their remarkable journeys. Lionel Stander was born on January 11, 1908, in the Bronx, New York City. He became widely recognized for his role as Max, the loyal and sharp-tongued butler in Hart to Hart from 1979 to 1984, where his distinctive raspy voice and tough demeanor made him a fan favorite. Stander had a prolific career in both film and television, with notable roles in The Big Knife, 1955, The Untouchables, and The Rifleman. However, his career was interrupted during the McCarthy era when he was blacklisted for his political views, causing a significant setback. Personally, Stander was married twice, first to Sarah H. Ratcliffe, with whom he had 2 children, and later to Lois Roberta, though both marriages ended in divorce. Despite his professional successes, Stander faced personal struggles, including the toll of a smoking habit and the loss of friends over the years. His death on November 30, 1994, at age 86, from lung cancer marked the end of a storied career. His passing left a void for Hart to Hart fans, who adored his portrayal of Max and the camaraderie he shared with his co-stars. Maurice Marsac, born on March 23, 1915, in La Croix-Valmer, France, enjoyed a long and distinguished career in both French and international cinema. He is perhaps best known for his role as André in Hart to Hart, where he portrayed a suave, sophisticated, and often mysterious figure who added a touch of European elegance to the show. Marsac's career spanned several decades, with memorable roles in films such as The Sun Also Rises, 1957, and The Guns of Navarone, 1961. His career was marked by his refined demeanor and his ability to effortlessly embody various characters, from charming aristocrats to enigmatic figures. Maurice was married once and had 2 children, though he kept his family life largely private. His later years were quiet, with fewer public appearances, as he focused on enjoying his retirement. Marsac passed away on May 6, 2007, at the age of 92 due to cardiac arrest. His death was a sad moment for the entertainment industry, as he had been a respected figure who had touched the lives of many through his impressive body of work. Wynn Irwin was born on December 11, 1932, in New York City. Known for his role as Lieutenant Gray in Hart to Hart in 1981, Irwin portrayed a determined, by-the-book police officer who often worked alongside Jonathan and Jennifer Hart in solving mysteries. Irwin's acting career spanned television, film, and theater, with roles in Hill Street Blues, The X-Files, and various Broadway productions. While not as widely known as some of his co-stars, he was respected for his reliable performances and his ability to bring depth to supporting characters. Irwin kept his personal life private, though he was married, and details about his family life remained largely out of the public eye. Like many actors, Irwin faced financial difficulties in his later years as roles became scarce. He passed away on February 15, 2018, at the age of 85, due to natural causes. His death marked the end of a long, steady career in entertainment, and while his passing was relatively quiet, it was felt by those who worked with him, especially his colleagues on Hart to Hart, where he had shared many scenes with Lionel Stander. Gregory Sierra, born on January 25, 1937, in Manhattan, New York City, played the intriguing character Eduardo in Hart to Hart in 1981. Eduardo was a suave and mysterious figure, bringing a dynamic presence to the show. Sierra's career was marked by a variety of roles, often in television shows, where he showcased his incredible range. He was widely recognized for his work in Barney Miller and The High Chaparral. Sierra was married twice, first to a woman named Judy, with whom he had one daughter, and later to another woman, but his personal life was not without its trials. Gregory faced significant challenges throughout his life, including struggles with health that affected his later years. He passed away on January 4, 2021, at the age of 83, after a long battle with stomach and liver cancer. His death was deeply felt, especially by his Hart colleagues, many of whom remembered him as a gracious and talented man. Richard B. Shull, born on February 24, 1929, in Evanston, Illinois, had a varied and extensive career in television and film. In Hart, 1980, he played Lieutenant Gillis, a serious yet subtly humorous police officer who frequently crossed paths with the Harts during their investigations. His portrayal of Gillis was one of authority tempered with an understated wit, making the character memorable to fans of the show. Shull's acting career spanned several decades, with significant appearances in The Rockford Files, MASH*, and Barney Miller, where his presence as a guest star often stood out for its authenticity and depth. Outside of acting, Shull led a somewhat private life, never marrying or having children. His health was an ongoing concern, and tragically, he passed away on October 14, 1999, at the age of 70 from a heart attack. Shull's death left a noticeable void in the acting community, especially among his peers, who admired his professionalism and understated charm. Ethelreda Leopold was born on July 2, 1914, in Chicago, Illinois. She played the role of an auction guest in the 1979 episode of Hart, where her refined and graceful presence added a touch of class to the series. Her career spanned several decades, appearing in both films and television shows, often playing dignified or aristocratic characters, which suited her elegant demeanor. Although much of her life remained private, her career was marked by both success and quiet moments away from the spotlight. In her personal life, she remained unmarried and had no children, focusing instead on her craft. However, her later years were marked by a painful battle with illness. Ethelreda Leopold passed away on January 26, 1998, at the age of 83, from complications related to pneumonia. Despite a relatively quiet retirement, her death was a reminder of the fragility of life, particularly as she had seen many friends and colleagues leave before her. Ray Milland, born on January 3, 1907, in Neath, Glamorgan, Wales, brought to life the character of Stephen Harrison Edwards in the 1982 episode of Hart. Edwards was a man with secrets, a role that played to Milland's strengths as an actor with a mysterious aura. His career, stretching over 6 decades, was filled with highs and lows. Milland was one of the great actors of his time, known for his Oscar-winning performance in The Lost Weekend, 1945, and numerous other notable films. He was married to his wife, Malcolmia, for over 40 years, and they had one son, Daniel. Despite his professional success, Ray's life was not without its share of heartbreak. He struggled with the pressures of fame and the inevitable aging process, which affected both his career and personal well-being. Ray Milland passed away on March 10, 1986, at the age of 79, from lung cancer. His death was a devastating loss to the film industry, as he was considered one of the finest actors of his generation. James Louis, born on November 2, 1928, in East Harlem, New York City, had a career that was defined by his tough guy persona and his ability to bring raw authenticity to his roles. He portrayed Damian Troy in Hart in 1981, a character that showcased his intense screen presence and commitment to the craft. Louis's career spanned a wide range of television and film roles, including guest appearances in shows like The Rockford Files and Starsky and Hutch. Despite his on-screen toughness, Louis's personal life was marked by both achievements and struggles. He was married to actress Louise Sorrell, with whom he had 2 children. However, their marriage ended in divorce in the 1980s, a difficult chapter for him. James also faced the devastating loss of his close friend and fellow actor, whose death was particularly hard on him. Louis himself succumbed to cancer on June 7, 2002, at the age of 73. His passing was mourned not only by his family but by many in the acting community who had admired his grit and dedication throughout his career. Jim McMullen was born on October 13, 1936, in Long Beach, New York. He played the role of Larry Fields in Hart to Hart, 1981, a character who added a layer of mystery and depth to the show with his nuanced performance. McMullen was celebrated for his versatility, able to shift between dramatic and light-hearted roles with ease. His career also included roles in television series such as The Rockford Files and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. While his professional life flourished, Jim's personal life had its ups and downs. He was married twice. His first marriage ended in divorce, and he later remarried, though little is known about his second wife. Jim had 2 children, but unfortunately, he struggled with ALS, Lou Gehrig's disease, a diagnosis that would eventually take a toll on his health. The disease left him in a battle that lasted for several years. Jim's passing on May 31, 2019, at the age of 82, marked the end of a long and accomplished career. John Riley, born on November 11, 1934, in Chicago, Illinois, had a career that spanned several decades in both television and film. He is perhaps best known for his role as Billingsley in Hart to Hart from 1981 to 1982, a character who brought a sense of mystery and intrigue to the show. His career was marked by versatility, with significant roles in soap operas such as General Hospital and Passions, where he became a household name. Riley's personal life, however, was marked by both triumphs and challenges. He married his wife, Liz Riley, in the 1960s, and together they had 2 daughters. While their family life appeared stable, Riley faced the tragic loss of his daughter, Caitlin, in 2000, who passed away in a car accident. In addition to this heartbreak, John struggled with the pressures of his career, including long hours on soap operas that affected his health and well-being. His death on January 9, 2021, at the age of 86, came after a heart attack, leaving fans and family alike grieving the loss of a beloved actor and father. King Curtis, born on February 15, 1923, in Salt Lake City, Utah, was an actor whose career spanned across theater, television, and film. He is perhaps best remembered for his role as Alden Kendra in Hart to Hart in 1981, where his performance brought sophistication and a mysterious allure to the character. Curtis had a long and successful career in the theater before transitioning to television, with notable work on Cheers and The Mary Tyler Moore Show. While his career flourished, his personal life faced a number of challenges, including his battle with Alzheimer's disease, which eventually led to his passing. Curtis was married twice and had children, but his family life became strained toward the end as the effects of his illness took a toll. The tragic loss of his health affected not only his career but his ability to maintain close relationships. King Curtis passed away on October 13, 2002, at the age of 79, due to complications from Alzheimer's disease. Shelley Smith, born on October 25, 1952, played Marina Belson in Hart to Hart in 1980, a role that highlighted her elegance and charm. Shelley was a former model, known for her stunning beauty and presence, which she effortlessly translated to her acting roles. Her career in the entertainment industry, however, was often overshadowed by the intense public scrutiny of her personal life. Shelley married twice, first to actor and director David Cassidy, with whom she had 1 daughter, Katie. Their marriage ended in divorce after a tumultuous period of emotional struggles, with Shelley often feeling overshadowed by David's fame. In the years following, Shelley's health began to decline, and she faced significant battles with depression and anxiety. A tragic loss came when she lost both of her parents within a year, a blow that deeply affected her. Shelley's life was further marked by the sudden and untimely death of her close friend, actress Naya Rivera, in 2020, which left her heartbroken. Shelley passed away on August 8, 2023, at the age of 70, from cardiac arrest. Henry Darrow, born on September 15, 1933, was known for his striking performance as Inspector Correa in Hart to Hart, 1979. Correa was a tough, yet charismatic investigator who frequently assisted the Harts in solving complex cases. Darrow's portrayal of Korea displayed a perfect mix of sharp intellect and charm, qualities that made him a fan favorite. Henry's career spanned over 6 decades, with notable roles in The High Chaparral and Zorro, where he gained recognition as one of the first Latino actors to play leading roles on television. Off-screen, Henry faced several personal struggles. He was married twice, with his first marriage ending in divorce. His second marriage to his wife, Lauren, was a loving one, and they had one child together, a son. Henry experienced deep personal grief when his son passed away in a tragic accident, which devastated him and left a lasting emotional scar. Despite the difficulties in his personal life, Henry continued to work, his strength and resilience evident in his performances. He passed away on March 14, 2021, at the age of 87 due to natural causes. Peter Mark Richmond, born April 16, 1927, portrayed Arthur Horton in Hart to Hart in 1981. Arthur was a multifaceted character, and Richmond's performance was one of deep intensity. Over the years, Peter had an expansive career in both television and film, appearing in series such as Dynasty and 8 is Enough. Richmond was married to his wife, Elaine, for many years, and they had 3 children together. The family, by all accounts, remained close-knit and supportive despite the challenges that came with his busy acting career. Peter faced numerous personal struggles, particularly in the early years of his marriage, which were marked by financial difficulties and the pressures of establishing himself in Hollywood. Tragedy struck when his beloved wife Elaine passed away unexpectedly, leaving Peter devastated. He was also shaken by the passing of his longtime friend and co-star, Robert Conrad, in 2020, a loss that affected him deeply. Despite these heartaches, Peter found solace in his faith and his family. Peter Mark Richmond passed away on January 14, 2021, at the age of 93, due to natural causes. Ron Moody, born on January 8, 1924, in Tottenham, Middlesex, England, is most famous for his portrayal of Fagin in the iconic musical Oliver. However, in 1981, he also played Charles Thompson in Hart to Hart, a character who added an intriguing layer of mystery and sophistication to the show. Moody's career was a rich tapestry of both theater and screen performances, but his life was not without its personal struggles. He was married to Therese Blackburn, with whom he had 2 children. Though his marriage lasted many years, Ron's life was marked by a series of challenges, both in his professional and personal worlds. Despite the success he found in his career, Ron suffered the heartbreak of losing several close friends, including his Oliver co-star, Jack Wilde, who passed away in 2006 after battling cancer. The loss deeply affected him. Additionally, Moody himself faced his own health issues, including complications that arose in his later years. His passing on June 11, 2015, at the age of 91, was due to natural causes, though it came after a prolonged period of illness. Peter McLean, born on January 2, 1936, in Dorchester, Massachusetts, was an actor best known for his role as Commissioner Milton Adberry in Hart to Hart, 1980. Adberry was an authoritative and commanding figure, and Peter's performance brought an element of dignified sophistication to the show. His career included a broad range of roles in film and television, with appearances in series like The Defenders and Kojak. Though his professional career was steady, Peter faced significant personal turmoil. He had been married twice, but both marriages ended in divorce. His first wife, whom he married in the early 1960s, had 2 children with him, though their relationship eventually faltered. Peter's second marriage ended similarly, leaving him to cope with the emotional strain. In his later years, Peter struggled with health issues, particularly lymphoma, which he fought bravely despite its toll on him. Unfortunately, Peter's battle with cancer ultimately proved fatal, and he passed away on May 28, 2003, at the age of 67. Michael Evans, born on July 27, 1920, in Salisbury, North Carolina, had a career in television that spanned both dramatic and comedic roles. He is perhaps best known for his portrayal of Lionel Jefferson on All in the Family and The Jeffersons, but in 1981 to 1982, he also took on the role of George Benvenuto in Hart to Hart, a character who added complexity to the storylines in which he appeared. Evans had a career filled with highs and lows, from working in top sitcoms to struggling with typecasting in Hollywood. Despite his on-screen success, Evans faced severe personal hardships, including battles with addiction and mental health issues. He was married once, but his relationship was short-lived, and he had no children. A significant personal tragedy occurred when he lost his close friend to lung cancer, a loss that deeply affected Evans. In addition to this, Evans himself had his own struggle with throat cancer, a disease that ultimately claimed his life. Michael Evans passed away on September 4, 2007, at the age of 87. Bert Remsen, born on February 25, 1925, played the role of Jimmy Delaney in Hart to Hart in 1979, a character known for his wit and charisma. Bert Remsen's acting career spanned decades, during which he built a reputation for being a versatile and talented actor, appearing in films such as The Sugarland Express and The Killer Elite. Remsen married his college sweetheart, Grace, with whom he had 2 children, a son and a daughter. Though Bert and Grace had a strong and loving marriage, their family life was not without tragedy. His son was diagnosed with a severe illness during his childhood, and the family endured years of heartache and uncertainty. Unfortunately, their son passed away at a young age, a loss that profoundly affected Bert and Grace. In the years that followed, Bert continued working but faced his own health battles, including a long struggle with heart disease. The passing of his close friend and fellow actor, John Wayne, in 1979, further shook him, as the two had shared a deep friendship. Bert Remsen died on April 22, 1999, at the age of 74, from heart failure. Michael Aldridge, born on April 13, 1941, in Bakersfield, California, portrayed Lieutenant Harry Moss in Hart to Hart in 1979. Moss was a steady and committed police officer who often found himself involved in the Hart's thrilling investigations. Aldridge had a long and varied career in film and television, frequently cast in supporting roles. His personal life, however, was marked by a few tragic events that impacted his health and happiness. Michael was married to his wife, Linda, and the two had children together, though there were whispers of marital strain later in life. Despite these difficulties, Michael maintained a steady and reliable presence in Hollywood, but tragedy struck in his personal life when he was diagnosed with lung cancer in the early 1990s. His illness was a public ordeal, and his passing on December 19, 1997, at the age of 56, left a lasting sadness among his friends and family. Dick O'Neill was born on August 29, 1928, in New York City. He portrayed Lieutenant Warren in Hart to Hart, 1982, a dedicated and disciplined police officer who frequently worked alongside the Harts. Known for his portrayal of tough Irish-American characters, Dick was a veteran actor whose career included roles as cops, fathers, and military figures in shows like Hill Street Blues and The West Wing. Dick's professional success, however, did not shield him from personal hardship. He was married to his wife, Ruth, for many years, and they had 3 children together. However, their relationship faced strains, and they separated before his death. Dick experienced the loss of several friends during his career, and his grief was compounded by the passing of his close friend, Jesse White, who had been a frequent collaborator. Dick also battled heart problems, a condition that eventually led to his untimely death. On November 17, 1998, at the age of 70, Dick O'Neill passed away from heart failure. Wayne Heffley was born on July 15, 1927, in Bakersfield, California. He appeared as a bartender in Hart to Hart in 1982, a small but memorable role that contributed to the gritty realism of the show. Known for his work in Days of Our Lives and Turner and Hooch, Wayne Heffley had a career that spanned decades. However, his personal life was marked by hardship. Wayne married his childhood sweetheart, Diane, and they had 3 children. Their marriage, however, was far from ideal. Wayne's career demands, combined with his struggles with alcoholism, put a strain on their relationship. Diane eventually filed for divorce, a decision that left Wayne heartbroken. The divorce, along with his ongoing battle with addiction, caused a severe downward spiral in his health. Tragically, Wayne lost his close friend and fellow actor, Richard Burton, to a sudden heart attack in 1984, a loss that deeply affected him. In his later years, Wayne's health further deteriorated, and on November 19, 2008, after a prolonged illness, he passed away at the age of 81 from kidney failure. Jesse White, born on January 3, 1917, is perhaps best remembered for his portrayal of the Maytag repairman in the famous television commercials, but he also had a memorable role as Ernie in Hart to Hart, 1982. Ernie brought a light-hearted touch to the series with his humorous charm, offering comic relief in the midst of the show's thrilling plot lines. Jesse's career, spanning several decades, included appearances in numerous TV shows and films, but his true claim to fame remained the Maytag role. In his personal life, Jesse experienced both love and loss. He was married twice, but his first marriage ended in divorce. His second marriage, to his wife Doris, lasted until her passing in the 1980s. The death of his wife deeply affected him, and he remained a widower for the rest of his life. Jesse's later years were marked by declining health. And ultimately, Jesse passed away on January 9, 1997, at the age of 80, from a heart attack. Walker Edmiston, born on February 6, 1926, in St. Louis, Missouri, was best known for his versatility in both live-action and voice acting roles. In Hart to Hart, 1982, he played the role of an auctioneer, a minor but memorable part that showcased his charm and comedic timing. Edmiston's career extended far beyond television. He was also renowned for his work in children's television, particularly as a puppeteer on shows such as The Hilarious House of Frightenstein and The Shmoo Show. Despite his public success, his personal life was marred by some personal and health struggles. Edmiston was married to his wife, Jane, for several decades, but their relationship was not without difficulties. He faced several years of battling cancer, which took a toll on both his physical health and spirit. A particularly tragic loss for him was the death of his close friend and fellow voice actor, Don Messick, who passed away in 1997. Edmiston himself succumbed to cancer on February 15, 2007, at the age of 81. Fred Stuffman, born on June 27, 1919, portrayed Mr. Milton in Hart to Hart in 1980, a character whose presence added both mystery and complexity to the episode. Fred had a long and diverse career, making notable appearances in films such as Escape from Alcatraz and Marathon Man. While his acting career was steady, his personal life was marred by a series of tragic events. Fred married his first wife, Evelyn, and they had 2 children. However, their marriage ended in a painful divorce after many years, leaving Fred emotionally shattered. In the years that followed, Fred struggled with deep depression and had a hard time connecting with his children. His career, while still successful, saw a decline in his later years. In 1982, Fred was diagnosed with cancer, and his health rapidly deteriorated. During this difficult period, he lost his longtime friend and fellow actor, William Holden, in 1981, a blow that left him devastated. Fred Stuffman passed away on July 7, 1982, at the age of 63, from cancer. Edith Atwater, born on April 22, 1911, she played the role of Dr. Jane Barrett, a character who brought intelligence, sophistication, and a sense of gravitas to the storyline. Edith was a respected actress with a career that spanned over 5 decades, performing in films, on television, and in theater. She was particularly known for her powerful presence on stage and for her work in classic films like The Bachelor and The Bobby Soxer, 1947, and The Best of Everything, 1959. Edith had a deep love for the theater and spent much of her life performing in both Broadway and off-Broadway productions. She never married and was known to have struggled with loneliness in her later years. She was close to her family, but the emotional toll of losing a number of her close friends, including her fellow actors from Hart to Hart, left her with a sense of isolation. In the mid-1980s, Edith was diagnosed with cancer, a battle that she faced with strength and dignity. Unfortunately, her health deteriorated rapidly, and on March 14, 1986, she passed away at the age of 74 due to cancer. William Bogert, born on January 25, 1936, in New York City, portrayed Fox in Hart to Hart, 1980, a role that added depth to the show's complex storyline. Known for his distinguished voice and precise delivery, Bogert made a name for himself in both television and film, with notable appearances in Small Wonder and War Games. Despite his prolific career, his personal life was less stable. He was married twice, but both marriages ended in divorce, and he had no children. The strain of his professional life and personal turmoil led to periods of depression, though he often found solace in his work. A heartbreaking moment in his life was the death of his close friend and colleague, actor Dick Sargent, in 1994, who passed away after battling prostate cancer. This loss, along with his own health struggles, left an indelible mark on Bogert's later years. He died on January 12, 2020, at the age of 83, due to natural causes. John Fiedler, born on February 3, 1925, known for his distinctive, soft-spoken voice, Fiedler became a beloved figure in the world of animation, most notably voicing Piglet in Disney's Winnie the Pooh franchise. His film and television career spanned decades, with notable appearances in shows like The Bob Newhart Show. John led a relatively private life, marrying once to his wife, Helen, with whom he had 2 children. The family was known for their strong bonds, but tragedy struck when Helen was diagnosed with cancer in the mid-1990s. Her battle with the disease was long and painful, and John was by her side throughout. Unfortunately, Helen passed away in 1998, leaving John emotionally broken. He also struggled with the loss of his close friend, actor and comedian Jack Benny, who passed away in 1974. The loss of both his wife and best friend took a deep toll on him. John himself was diagnosed with cancer in 2005, and he faced the illness with the same quiet dignity that he had shown throughout his life. John Fiedler passed away on June 25, 2005, at the age of 80, due to cancer. What do you think about the deaths of the actors in Hart to Hart, and who do you miss the most among them? Leave your comments below and don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell to see the latest videos.